Hey, welcome to the Rockabilly Cooking Show, the DIY show in town. Today, I'm going to show you how to do competition Hungry Man chili. So, let's get started on the fire chief, and this is my show. So, I'm going to make a beef chuck, country style ribs chili. So, I'm going to show you what I got going here. There's a lot to go with this. I got ground ancho chili powder, California chili pepper, mesquite habanero. I got some basil, oregano, New Mexico chili pepper, cumin, salt and pepper, a little bit of ground cinnamon, smoked paprika. I got my pans here, pot, some aluminum foil. Got the oil, got a little pickled jalapeno. Got tomato paste, 2 cans of tomato sauce. And look at this. The ground, I got the beef chuck right here. And I know there was something else. Oh yeah. I got wood chips soaking in water. You're probably asking yourself, what are you going to do with that? Well, that rectangle pan, I'm going to do a cold smoke on my meat. I'm going to smoke it for about 30 minutes indoors, but I'll show you how that is done. So, before we get to anything else, we're going to bring it over here. Put you over here for a moment. So, I gotta make some space. Let's put you right here. So, like I said, I got the beef chuck, country style ribs. I'm bringing that over here. So this video right here that I'm doing is just to show you a nice little trick that you could do. It's too hot outside to be out there smoking meat. So I'm going to do a cold smoke. So I'm going to do quick and easy. So let me do this. Basically what I'm going to do is take that rectangle pan right there. I'm going to heat up one end of the pan. I'm going to put wood chips at the end. I'm going to put the meat at the other end. And then I'm going to take some foil, cover it up. So, and then, I'll turn off the heat. But it's going to continue to smoke, so that's a cold smoke. So I'm going to cut up my meat. If you can see, look at this right here. This is what I like. See, it's got little. It's always, if you cut it right. See, this is a grain. If you cut it along against the grain, you make it shorter and it becomes tender. And this is where the smoke's going to go. So, these are pretty big chunks, but I'm going to cook it for a while, so it will come apart. It will break down, the meat will break down in the sauce. So, and then of course this is chuck meat. So I'm gonna preheat my thing. I'm gonna get it ready. Chop up my meat. Oh, almost lost my meat. You probably, like I said, you want about 1 inch chunks. Very, very simple process. So, get this other piece of meat over here. Get these chunks out of the way so I can cut out the meat. So this is a little bit wider, so I'm going to cut it down the middle. So they can all be uniform in size. And then I'm going to cut them into 1 inch, like I said, about 1 inch cubes. Really simple. And the wood chips I'm using right now is mesquite. So I'm going to put a mesquite smoke flavor on the meat. So let me wash my hands real quick. Every time you handle meat, you should always wash your hands. So it's going to be a simple black pepper and salt. And salt it good. So salt it good. Then I'm going to give it a little bit more smoky flavor. Added smoke flavor by doing a little sprinkle of paprika, smoked paprika. This will also help the meat, tenderize the meat. So we're going to give it a little massage right here. A little massage. Let it rest for a minute. Okay. Let me dry my hand. So I'm taking the wood chips. Gonna drain out the water. And then I'm just gonna add the chips. So it can create steam, so it's also gonna help the meat. So let me show you what I got going here. See that right there? That's what I'm working on right there. See how it's starting to steam? Well, let's bring it over here so you can watch. Okay, so I'm going to add the meat to the cold side, right here. Add all that meat to the cold side. I don't want to cook it, I just want to give it flavor. And create a lid on it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to trap the smoke inside, but I'm going to let it get a little bit more higher. I'm going to put the lid on it, the foil, that's the lid. I'm going to let it sit for about 30 seconds. You can see that it's smoking. So, this is an electric stove, so I can go here, turn up a minute. And now after that, you turn it off and let it smoke in there. So you can see it's smoking. So all this is gonna smoke into the meat. It's not gonna cook the meat, but it's cold smoke, so it's gonna add flavor. So I'm going to turn on the damn hood so it doesn't permeate the grill here. So it's just gonna give it enough, like a kiss of smoke. So that's basically what it's doing. So let me show you from here. See the smoke? Too bad you can't smell it. See, look at that. You can see the smoke. You can see I got this oven. I got the oven off. I'm going to stove top off. So I'm gonna let this sit, do its job for probably about 10 minutes. I mean, I can pull it up and voila. But it's hot. So I'm gonna let it do its job, let it sit in there, smoke, heat up. It's gonna heat up the meat a little bit, but you know, that's okay. So while this is smoking, this is what my trick tip of the day. You know, how to smoke meat indoors, especially when it's way too hot or if it's raining or too cold to smoke. Is all you gotta do is this right here. You know, if you want a hot smoke, then you do the same thing, but you spread out the wood chips. Then you put a grate that's like this high off the ground, or off the pan. Put your meat on top of the grate, you know, and put it in the oven at 250 degrees for about, probably say, an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and you do the same thing. But like I said, all I want is that mesquite smoky flavor. I got the smoked paprika, and I'm going to come back in about 10-15 minutes and we're going to make the chili. So until then, hang loose. And thank you for watching my DIY show and tell, and like I said, I'll be back in a few minutes.